Hello, Divine Ones. Minister Ashley here, and welcome to the School of Biblical Divination and Magic. If you're tuning in to this video, I'm pretty sure that you've seen the cover and you've seen this wonderful project that we have coming up here. This is specifically for the Gemini full moon that happens in the season of Sagittarius that will take place in the 23rd degrees of Gemini. If you want to dive deeper into those energies and the channeled messages that the Divine Spirit had for this lunation and their timeless messages, you can click the link in the description box listed down below this video. I will also have all the herbs, angels, and oils that I use for this ritual. Just like magic, I'm attracted. I get everything I want 'cause I attract. A candle that is powerful. It's related to this lunation. You can use it either for this Gemini full moon or either for Sagittarius season, or either you can use it in Gemini season for the Gemini new moon or for the Sagittarius full moon. So this is good for 4 lunations, okay? Any one of the lunations that are related to Gemini or Sagittarius, and even at the beginning of Sagittarius and or Gemini season. A lot of the ingredients you can find in your cabinet, which is really good. Visuals and signs. I will try to have the picture, the image up on the screen as I'm walking you through this tutorial. It is super easy, but it's also powerful and effective. I want to take this opportunity to also tell you about the tarot cards that are associated with these archetypes. You can add these cards around your ritual to amplify the energy. Here we have the Temperance card, the Lovers card. So the Temperance card is for Sagittarius and the Lovers card is for Gemini. The World card. Oh, the World card, and this one is the Wheel. And for some reason, I felt the High Priestess card will be good for right now. The thing with Gemini, I call it the God Mind because it's good for the thoughts, like any type of communication. So if you're trying to communicate with your subconscious, or if you're trying to communicate with the angelic realms, that the High Priestess, I feel like it's a good card to use. And then we have the Sun card. I feel like with the symbolism that it is a good card to use to amplify this energy. Okay, you guys, I am going to first cleanse the area. You can find this little mini Florida water spray, which is so handy, on my Etsy shop. Link will be listed in the bio, along with my oracle decks, books, oils, etc. I'm going to go over the herbs and other ingredients that I have here right now. Of course, you can recognize these are bay leaves. I do not have the full bay leaves. These could be cracked if you do not have full whole bay leaves, which is perfectly fine. But for the ones that you do have that are whole, try to write a request on these bay leaves. The rest of them are just going to be used as decorative fluff, if you will. I have dried oranges here for that citrus, for that speed, for that pick-me-up. I have Fenugreek, and Fenugreek is a herb that is related to the planet of Mercury, which is the ruler of Gemini, and that is known as the baker's herb for prosperity. As this lunar activity happens in the sign of Gemini, we have the sun at 23 degrees of Sagittarius. So I will go over herbs for Sagittarius, but we also have the moon opposite of the sun at 23 degrees in the 3rd decan of Gemini. So I'm going to continue to go over the herbs for Gemini. Another herb for the planet Gemini is parsley. Okay, so parsley is used for warding off evil, and that's what I'm going to be using it for, along with other benefits, but that's what I'm using this for in this candle ritual. Another one is dill. Dill is for wealth and protection. Anise, not to be confused with star anise, but anise is for communication, bond, family, network, and finding and connecting to your soul family. And lavender, I'm decided to use a lavender oil instead of the herb. I feel like I have so many herbs already, so the oil is going to be my go-to. And lavender is good for calming the mind and to help repel overthinking, as Mercury can be chatty, overthinking, over analyzing. So we want to bring that energy down. We want to calm the mind down, and lavender is the perfect choice. Now moving on to the herbs for Sagittarius. We have sage, and sage is an herb that is related to clearing negative energy. Basil for depression, for negative energy, and to attract positivity. Saffron is for spiritual awakening and clarity. And ashwagandha, which I do not have here, is for stress, rest, and improving overall mood. And the crystal of choice is citrine, which represents both the planet of Sagittarius and Gemini. If you do not have a citrine, then you can always use a clear crystal quartz. Citrine is used for to stimulate creativity, wealth, self-confidence, and joy. The symbols that I will be using, whether you decide to use this as a sigil, to draw it on either the candle or a piece of paper, it could be used either or way. Some people even draw it in the air. It doesn't really matter. And I would say a combination of all three, especially being that we are working with the sign, the energy of Gemini, that also deals with writing, which I will give you guys some writing prompts after I have done the candle. And those symbols are the symbol for Sagittarius is wisdom, higher wisdom, travel, expansion, but it's also related to the planet of Jupiter. This is the reason why we reverence Jupiter in this sector of the zodiac towards the winter solstice. Presents the Santa, the jolly giver. In the Bible, it would be the archetype of Jehovah, the giver, the provider, and there's different names that are also connected to Jehovah. With the angels, and some of these angels are from other traditions, not just related to biblical studies. The first one that I have here is Adnachiel, Adnachiel, or Adnachiel, and that translates as the rest of God. Raguel, the friend of God, and Advachiel or Advachiel, the wanderer. It doesn't necessarily translate as the wanderer, but being that it is the governing angel of Sagittarius, which is expansion, exploring, that it is related to the archetype of the wanderer, the adventurer, the explorer. So these will be good archetypes, angels, perspectives to work with, that of resting and expansion, exploring, and expanding one's territory. So I'm using this Dollar Tree candle that I got like maybe a year ago. I just like to keep candles on stock, and it comes packaged, and it was only $1.25 for this candle. I decided to go with the color of red, as once again we are in the season of jolliness. Red and green and white are typically the colors that are associated with this season, with this time of the year. So I'm going to do red, and I will be carving in the symbols of Jupiter and Sagittarius, and maybe even my own request with like a pen or something, a needle, something that is sharp on the pillar of the candle. If you're using a glass candle, you can just simply write that with a marker on the side of the glass. Another technique that you can use is taking a piece of paper and drawing the sigil on the piece of paper and covering it with like a sheet of plastic. I like to use the plastic sleeves that the students would use for their papers. So that's another way how you can protect your sigils once you have created them. Here I'm going to use this as just like a placemat in the middle of my plate, because I don't like to have to scratch off the candle wax after I'm finished. And plus I think it's a little decorative. I'm going to like lay it out, make it look really cute. All right, this is what I did for the candle. I have the symbol for Jupiter, and then the symbol for I think it's about two of the archangels, but you see how the symbol for Sagittarius is included in the sigil. I wrote a request, and the request is pretty much like attributes of the fruits of the Spirit. I think that just naturally, intuitively came to me. And this is the time to really harness the fruits of the Spirit. And you can find that in Galatians. I will have that scripture listed down below if you're interested in that scripture. So what I'm going to do, I could just add the oils on here, add the herbs, and let it burn down, add my decorative items all around. But I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to hollow some holes in here and stuff some of the herbs down inside of the candle. I just remembered that I have this plate here. Oops. I think it's super cool. So I'm going to start first with my saffron. And just going to sprinkle it across here. I'm just going to mix most of this stuff together. That dill, I love, love, love the smell of dill. Oh my goodness, it smells so delicious. And what I'm going to do after I sprinkle it, is that I'm going to stuff it down in the holes as much as possible. Take some of the sage, put some on here. There we go. It smells really good. Then we're adding the lavender. It smells really, really good. Now I'm going to take a couple of these leaves. I'm going to write the attributes of the Holy Spirit, like the 9 fruits of the Spirit on here. But you could write whatever your requests are and add them in around the candle. All right, so you can see how I have set this up. Now I'm going to take some of my oranges. Yeah, these ones are a little dark. I left them inside of my air fryer a little too long, but guess what? It's all good. Now, if you want to be more festive, you can add some of the pine needles, acorns, you know, different things that are seasonal. I'm not going to do all of that. That means I would have to like go hunting outside. And you can add your citrine wherever you would like to add it. I have some other citrine, but I mainly use it in other rituals. So yeah, I got to hunt it out. You take the rest of your herbs and just sprinkle it around. I feel like I'm cooking. Well, just like in cooking, you can create your own recipe. The same thing with your spell work. You can create your own recipe. Now, you would light this up when you are ready, preferably in the full moon if you wanted to, or you can just light it up during any time that you feel divinely led to do that. Another option could be the planetary hour of either Mercury or either Jupiter, either one of those planetary hours, preferably on Wednesday for Mercury and Thursday for Jupiter. But it doesn't really matter. Honestly, that can enhance possibly, but what I mainly find is more effective is when you feel that push to go ahead and start to work on that manifestation, start to journal, start to put forth the effort. That's the best time to really do it. But you want to try to do it as close to the full moon as possible. And it can be up to a day or two before the full moon, or even 3 to 4 days after the full moon. You can use this during Sagittarius season or either Gemini season, as both of these are corresponding energies. If we are in Sagittarius season, then we will have a Sagittarius new moon, where the sun and the moon will be in the sign of Sagittarius, and vice versa, where the moon will be in Gemini. Just switch that around for Gemini season, as you will have a full moon in Sagittarius, but you will have a new moon in Gemini. So this can be interchangeable with either one of those seasons. I also suggest, especially being that this lunation is ruled by Gemini. I mean, it's, we are in Sagittarius season, but the forefront of the energy, the expansion in the mind, in the mental space. So if you want to check out the full moon divine downloads, the reading on my other channel, you can do so. That link will be listed down below. But to explain like the overall energy that's coming through. But doing a journaling exercise will be good, whether you Google some journal prompts. But I will have a journal prompt, just one. I feel like this one, because overthinking, overstimulation, etc., that just having this one journal prompt will open up and expand your mind to really dive deep into this energy and really pull out what is the main lessons for 2024 as we move into 2025 in the year of 9. So something that is coming to the forefront from your mental, from the recesses of your conscious mind and subconscious mind, to be reborn and birthed out over the span of this year, the remaining of this year, but also moving forward into 2025. Not to go too much off topic, but this ritual will definitely pair well with those channeled messages. So definitely make sure you check that channeled message out, because there was so much information. I couldn't even keep up with it. It was just spewing out of me. And there's so many people that are at a pinnacle in their life where their life could change for generations to come. Or either or way, it will change for generations to come. It could change in a favorable sense, or it could change in a not so favorable sense. And check that reading out, because it will bring more clarity on how to set up your ritual and the intentions that you will have around this ritual. I will have a journal prompt listed down below. All you need is just one journal prompt. Typically, when you really tap into the energy, all you would need is just one thought. All you will need is just one intention. All you will need is just one prompt. And it will open up the floodgates of clarity. Okay? Especially during this lunation. Once again, it happens in the sign. Well, it happens in the overall sign of higher wisdom, of divine knowledge, Sagittarius. The moon will be in the sign of the God mind, the channeler, if you will. And that's the reason why I really felt like the messages kept coming, because that mercurial energy of Gemini was just like opened up, and the messages just flew out. Okay, so if you do feel like overstimulated, it's perfectly okay to take a break. This lunation, I feel like, as this is the last full moon of 2024 before we head into 2025, that it's a lot to unload, a lot to unpack. Actually, I had initially, looking at my notes, tying up loose ends as the name of the message, but I think it's going to be something different. I really do think it's going to be something different for that message. Here, what I also feel like I need to say this is that 2024 was the year of 8. As above, so below. As within, so without. Okay, as I think, so do I live it out. As my internal world, my subconscious is thinking, feeling, going through, it will project into my physical reality. So God was taking us through a series of strip downs, if you will, like what we thought of literally manifested, and what we, felt, we felt it back to us. Our reality was literally mirroring what was going on internally. And that was the setup for 2025, the year of 9, the year of fruitfulness, the year of like abundance, the spirit. That's another reason why I felt like I was being guided to do the spirits, the fruits of the spirit as we are heading into this new year, because things are about to really change for some people, and I can feel it. Some people are about to take some L's, and some people are about to like really quick. One of the visions that I had during that reading was the 8 of Wands. And the 8 of Wands is like these constant opportunities that are raining down on a certain amount of people. Some people will ignore it and they will hide from it because they haven't prepared themselves from it, and they're going to miss those opportunities. For others, they're going to open themselves up to it and be like, yes, that opportunity is for me. Nope, that's not. Move out the way. And they're going to know, because they're going to have that strong spirit of discernment, okay, and intuity. All right. So, yeah, I think that may be it. Don't forget my Etsy shop. Don't forget, on my other channel, I have a membership there, and it's as little as $2.99 a month. And there's weekly divine messages every week. Like every week is messages, whether it be the new moon, full moon. And then I have started doing what I initially started the ministry out. The topic, which was twin flames, and Bible studies regarding the collective. So I have returned back to that, and some of the content is going to be decoding the scriptures, but a lot of it will be decoding the scriptures paired along with divine messages for the collective. I just do what the divine spirit has for me to do at that moment, but these rituals paired with the divine downloads for the lunations will continue. All right, you guys, I know I'm chatty right now, chatty, but I'll talk to you guys later. Many blessings. Peace.